Hey everybody, my name is RG Latino, aka Rudy, and today I wanted to discuss the state of play that PlayStation just dropped on all of us. As I'm recording this, today is February 12th, and the state of play dropped earlier today around 5 p.m. Eastern, and I have a lot of thoughts about this state of play because I really don't think this state of play was that good. I think PlayStation dropped the ball with this state of play, which is really disappointing. But I did a little bit of a live stream around that time to really just talk about my initial reactions when we were seeing some new trailers and stuff. But I just wanted to create this video to really just give more of my in-depth thoughts about what happened with that state of play. So let's get to it. So starting off with this state of play, one of the first few trailers that we saw was Monster Hunter Wilds, which I think at this point everybody knows it's coming out here on February 28th. Everybody is very much looking forward to it, especially if you're into the Monster Hunter community. I'm not really into Monster Hunter as much, so I'm not really, I don't really have this game on my radar as much, but I am curious to see what these reviews are going to look like, and, maybe I might be persuaded to come in and actually play that game later on, but we'll see. But we saw that trailer from the start, and then after that, we just got more trailers for other games, like we got one for Shinobi 2, Sonic Racing, and Digimon, which I haven't thought about that IP in a long ass time. So hearing Digimon or seeing a Digimon trailer was insane. I was like, wow, I'm literally back in the 90s at that point. But aside from that, I think the only other game that I was interested in was Shinobi 2. That one looked kind of interesting. It had like a Metroidvania type of flair to it that I was kind of liking, and didn't really get much information. Well, I believe we did get the release date for that, but yeah, we got some information in regards to it. We got to look on it, but it wasn't a game that I was like, oh yeah, this is a banger, this is something that needed to be put onto the state of play. It just felt like something that could have been announced on its own, or even on the PlayStation blog post, so those three games were shown. Then it isn't until around the 10-minute mark that we got shown a game called Lost Souls Aside, and that game I'm actually kind of interested in. This game looked very cool with its art direction and some of the gameplay that was shown. I was really intrigued with it. And some of the cutscenes look absolutely, well, honestly, the environment of that game just looks beautiful, and some of the cutscenes look great and stuff. So honestly, that game looked really interesting and piqued my interest. But if we're already 10 minutes into a 40-minute state of play, that's not really a good sign that, a lot of people's attention aren't being grabbed right away, with like a brand new game announcement or something. We just got a rehash of like, hey, Monster Hunter Wilds is almost here, better pre-order that soon, all that stuff, just giving you a heads up. And then a couple other games that really just didn't need to be put in this state of play. But then past that, then we got some more trailers for like games like Borderlands 4, and which I'm not really looking forward to Borderlands 4, if I'm being honest. The gameplay, I don't know what it is. It's just not really doing it for me. Maybe it's just that it just feels kind of outdated at this point, like something that would have really hit around the PS3 era, but now 2 generations later just kind of feels like it missed the boat. It's already, dated and kind of looks a little boring in my opinion, but I don't know. Maybe Borderlands 4 ends up proving me wrong later on when it releases, so I'll keep my eye on that, but personally I'm not really looking forward to it. So, and along with the trailer for Borderlands 4, we also got a trailer for WWE and some announcements in regards to a demo for the new Yakuza game that's coming out this year, and some more content that is being dropped for Dave the Diver. And yeah, why are these here? Like, the content dropped and demo announcement is specifically more what I'm talking about. Like, why are they in this state of play? Definitely could have just been a PlayStation blog post at that point, but for some reason, PlayStation felt like it was, something that needed to be into that state of play for whatever reason. And then WWE, I'm not really a big WWE fan, so to me that really just did not pique my interest at all. So I was just kind of like, all right, whatever, what's next? But after those trailers, then we got a look into Split Fiction, which is the new game that is being made by the developers of It Takes Two. And this game looks really interesting. I haven't played It Takes Two, but I've heard great things about that game, and I really want to get playing it with my partner and stuff at some point. I think it'll be something that we both really enjoy. Well, at least maybe I might, she might not, who knows. But Split Fiction looks like a really cool co-op game that, with the developers of It Takes Two behind this, I think will be pretty good and will be something that definitely people are keeping an eye out for. So I am looking forward to see what people say about this game, reviews coming out for this game later on, because I believe it is coming out for 2025. So we should be seeing this game here soon. But yeah, and that's like around the 15-minute mark. Another 5 minutes afterwards of just trailers that really did not pique my interest or didn't seem like they needed to be here. So yeah, not really good. We also got to look at Supermassive's new game, and it's a sci-fi story that is taking place in this kind of like alien Romulus kind of situation where people are on this ship, and it looks like something has infiltrated their ship, and they're trying to escape and make sure that everybody survives, type of thing. So that looks interesting. I really haven't played a Supermassive game since Until Dawn, so I've really not paid attention to their output for a long time. So I'm curious to see what they do with this game. They have plenty of ideas that they can work with when it comes to this sci-fi setting, so I'm sure that they can think of something with it. But we'll see what happens, what they end up cooking up with that game. We also got a look at the new Five Nights at Freddy's game, which I've never played any of the FNAF games, but I know it has a big community with that game franchise, so I'm sure people will be playing this game, no doubt about it. I'm just not interested. But then the trailer for The Midnight Walk was shown, and that game, honestly, when I first saw it on the state of play that it was announced in, I was actually really interested in that game. So to get to see more in this trailer was really cool. I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm going to be keeping my eyes out on it. And I'm glad that it's not just a PSVR 2 game like how it was initially showed on the first state of play. So it will be debuting as well on PS5. So if you don't have PSVR 2, you can also play it on PS5, which is great. But that trailer was really interesting. I really like that, but so far, yeah, only a handful of trailers that have really piqued my interest at this point, and it's not looking good. Really, it's not looking good. After that, there was a couple more trailers that we were shown from Capcom that is being developed, and then we got a look into Onimusha Way of the Sword, and that honestly looks really good. I've never played any of the Onimusha games when I was younger, so I have no skin in the game when it comes to that franchise, but I would be really interested in playing this game, and I did see in the state of play that they are planning on dropping Onimusha 2, I think like a remaster, I believe. So I might consider picking that up, and I may consider picking up Way of the Sword as well. So just gonna need some catching up to do at that point. Then after the Onimusha trailer dropped, then we also got to see Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater Delta, which I'm really looking forward to that game. That game looks really good, and if Konami can keep up with, you know, creating a remake that is just as great as Silent Hill 2 remake, then I think we're in for a great treat, and I'm really looking forward to it. And then on top of that, afterwards, then we saw Hell Is Us, and this game has really been on my radar, and I'm really curious to see more about it. Like the first State of Play trailer that we saw for it, I was intrigued, but I feel like I had a lot of questions, and this trailer that just dropped kind of gave me more questions and didn't really answer the questions that I already had. So I'm gonna be keeping my eye on it. I'm cautiously optimistic, but we'll see what happens with this game. It looks really cool, looks really interesting. And after the Hell Is Us trailer dropped, we then got a look into the Lies of P DLC with its announcement trailer. And I'm really looking forward to this because I loved Lies of P when I played it. I believed it dropped in 2023, so it's been 2 years since that game initially released, that we're finally getting some more content for that. So I'm really looking forward to it. Man, I've been loving more Dark Souls type of games and more recently, and Lies of P just really hit hard. And I know for the Bloodborne community, they got a little bit of a fix with Lies of P, which, sad to say, no Bloodborne remaster announcement or remake on this State of Play. So sorry about that. You can drop off now from the video. But yeah, we got some more looks into the Lies of P DLC, and I think it is gonna do great. It looks cool, it looks interesting. Then there's new bosses, there's new weapons, there's new arm like attachments that you can use, and it looks cool. It looks fucking dope. I'm excited for it, and I definitely got to play it again before the DLC drops. So, but I'm looking forward to that DLC. After that, we got to look into another game called Dream for Another, and this game was probably the most unique out of all the games that were shown on the State of Play. I don't really know how to describe it, but it's like a game where you are walking around and you're shooting at objects or the environment to essentially create objects out of that environment. Like a door will appear or something like that, and some other stuff. I'm curious about this game, but it's really odd. I don't know, like it was just something that I was not expecting to see, or really had thought of a concept like that before. So props for it being unique, but I don't know if it was something that a lot of people were like, oh, okay, cool. So yeah, at this point we're already around the 30-minute mark, and I think I've only been really interested in 5 topics throughout this entire State of Play. One of them being a DLC, so, and then one being a remake for a game. So we are lacking when it comes to brand new IPs, and I don't know, it just really wasn't a lot there. There wasn't really a lot of interesting games so far, but moving forward, so after the 30-minute mark, the next game that I got interested in was this game called Tides of Annihilation. Mistakenly, I thought it was Expedition 33 when I first saw the trailer, because I do know that the voice actress of Shadowheart is involved in that game as well, and she is front and center in this game. She is the main lead for this game. So I thought it was Expedition 33 because I heard her. I was like, oh shit, that's cool. But no, it's a brand new game, and it looks really cool. It looks really stylish. I like the destroyed London area with all these weird kind of roots kind of coming out and really grabbing on to like a Big Ben and like other parts of the area. And it looks like it's going to be a really interesting game. It looks like it's going to be somewhat a hybrid maybe between like Dark Souls type of gameplay with some Devil May Cry action as well. So I don't know, I'm really looking forward to see what this game has in store, and I'm already intrigued based off of the fact that Shadowheart is there. That actress is really good, and I'm glad that she's been starting to get more, or she's been really getting more work and more notable like main character roles as well. So I like that a lot, and I'm glad that she's doing great. After that, we got another game that I was really interested in learning more, was Metal Eden. This game really reminded me of Ghost Runner, and I really enjoyed Ghost Runner, so I'm kind of looking forward to this. This is another game that I also mistook for another game. I thought this was about to be Marathon, but no, I was wrong. So yeah, but Metal Eden, this game looks really cool, has a lot of sci-fi inspiration, kind of reminds me of like a sci-fi version of like Doom a little bit. I don't know why, maybe Doom Eternal. Just, it has a mix of that like just floaty combat that Ghost Runner and Doom Eternal really utilized a lot in their games, and that's what I was kind of getting a vibe from, but I really liked what I was seeing, so I'm really looking forward to see more. And I believe it's coming out around in May, so we won't have to wait long to see what that game is all about. So the next game that was shown after Metal Eden was a game that I kind of have like, I don't know, like I'm a little intrigued, but also like I don't know how I feel about this game. It's a game called Mind's Eye, and this game really gave me the vibe of a cross between Cyberpunk 2077 and Detroit Become Human, and it looks interesting. Don't get me wrong, it does look really interesting, but something about the trailer that was shown, I don't know, it just made me feel like this game needs some more time in the oven. And this game is coming out in summer 2025, so I don't know how I feel about this game. I have mixed feelings. Like I'm kind of interested to see what this game is about, because like I said, I was getting the vibe of Cyberpunk 2077 and Detroit Become Human, and I really enjoyed both of those games. But something about it just felt like it was undercooked. Like it still needs some more time for development, and summer 2025 doesn't seem like a realistic time for this game to come out in the state that it kind of looked like it was in for the trailer. So I don't really know. So after Mind's Eye, the last game that we saw, mind you, this is supposed to be PlayStation really going in with all of their games, like showing off what their developers have been working on for the past couple years and stuff. We only got one trailer of a brand new game from a PlayStation Studio developer, and that game was Seiros, which Seiros looks really cool. Housemarque, the developers of Returnal, they are developing this game, and of course this game looks like it's going to be a Bulletstorm game, just based off of the reflection of like the main character you see in the trailer. It looks like there's a shit ton of projectiles just going everywhere, and that looks really cool. I'm excited to see what Housemarque has in store for us with Seiros. But then after that, that's it. The state of play just ended. You know, there was really nothing much left to talk about. I think we talked a little bit about some stuff in regards to games that are coming for PlayStation Plus, for like the PlayStation Plus tiers, and that's about it. That's really about it. This state of play was a major fumble. PlayStation has really been having hard time this generation. And these past couple months have not been looking good with PlayStation, because we've been hearing left and right that PlayStation has been canceling multiple live service games that were in development by different PlayStation studios. And it's just sad, because we're just seeing the aftermath of that, of Sony realizing that Concord was a mistake, and their whole idea of just putting all their eggs in the live service basket was a total miscalculation on their part. I don't know why they thought that was going to take off. They just decided, we're going to follow this trend. A company that is known for giving us AAA single player titles thought, hey, we're just going to pivot to live service. That is crazy. And we're going to have a majority of our developers work on live service titles. It's even crazier. So we got really crumbs with this state of play. Like, there was nothing to really show and highlight. PlayStation really could have just made a whole PlayStation blog post for this. It could have been an email type of state of play. That's literally what this felt like. And it's sad. It's really sad, because PlayStation is known for the single player titles. It's known for quality. And for them to really not have anything to show for the past couple years, after canceling so many live service titles, just really shows that they are kind of losing a little bit of their way right now. And we needed something to bring us back, to show us that PlayStation maybe hasn't lost it entirely, hasn't lost the plot yet. And, maybe we can look forward to seeing more games on the horizon. But that's not what we got. And I thought at least maybe we'd see some gameplay trailers for like Wolverine or Death Stranding or fucking Ghost of Yotai. Like, that game, those games are supposedly coming out this year, and we didn't get more in regards to that, So, I don't know. Overall, my thoughts on this was, this could have been a short PlayStation blog post, and we could have waited to hear more in the next state of play, when PlayStation had more to actually say in the next state of play. So I really hope the next PlayStation state of play that we get will actually have more interesting trailers, interesting information in regards to PlayStation Studio developers. And yeah, so I just wanted to give my 2 cents on that, because that was something that I was like, I have to talk about this. But let me know what you thought about the state of play down in the comments below, and let me know what you're looking forward to seeing in 2025 when it comes to upcoming games. I'd like to hear and discuss with you about that. So anyways, I hope you guys have a great day, and I will catch you all in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.